and that sort of thing. My faith at that stage was still quite low and small, and I was learning. So my first reaction was to panic. So I spent most of the weekend panicking and wondering what to do. There was no money left for the college account. There was no money in my personal account. So I just sort of waited to see what would happen on Monday morning. The students spent that weekend away on a youth camp, and they went also with another group of youth from another church. When the camp was over, they were given some leftover food to bring back for the college to use. So they arrived back Sunday evening with a massive big bag full of bread. When they showed me the bag of bread, I was quite overwhelmed. In fact, I nearly cried, which sounds really silly, but it amazed me that God cared about bread for our small group of students. I shouldn't have been amazed, but as I say, my faith at the time was quite small and growing. But God works many wonderful miracles, some big, some little, and some just a bag of bread.
Let me just quickly share with you how the students spend their time here in regards to the 12 months training. Let's say you are interested to become a Bible worker and you would like to have an experience in Bible work. Our training, it's done in 2 6-month segments. For the first 6 months, you live here in the center and you are trained and you share of all the beautiful opportunities that the Lord provides for young people that come here. And then the next 6 months, the students are allocated to churches that have requested their services, and they go and work with the local church. The first 6 months, the students will learn to prepare the territory for an evangelistic program, and at the end of the 6 months, the students will conduct an evangelistic program where most of the time I preach or someone else preaches, and they run an evangelistic program where they bring their contacts and they have the joy of seeing decisions made and people coming to the Lord. Then the second 6 months, they will go and put into practice in a local church of the Greater Sydney Conference what they have learned here at the center, and now they have to do it with the pastors and the local church and prepare again another evangelistic, the territory for another evangelistic program, and where we will again come at the end of the period and run it for the church. And so that is the 12 months program for a Bible worker. Now, at the end of the 12 months program, we do not guarantee a position with a church, but if the Bible worker wants to continue to work with us, or if there is a possibility for a church who has requested the services of Bible workers, then we will recommend them to them if the person has passed all the requirements of the Institute. Now, we also offer the training for mission aviation at the moment. And what we do with this is that the young people who would like to become mission pilots, they have to do the first 6 months as the other people do, Bible workers. And, but they also do some elective subjects in which they begin to learn the theory of flying, and they will do some hours of flying also with our chief flying instructor. And then at the end of those 6 months, the students, then we will, in prayer and consultation with our chief flying instructor, we will see whether the students are able to become mission pilots, and if they are, then we will accept them as mission pilots. And for the next 6 months, we will train them to become mission pilots for free. And with a contract of 5 years work, for the service. They could either work here in Australia or the South Pacific as the Lord develops the ministry, or they also have the choice and opportunity to go and work in Central and South America with the David Gates Ministries there. And so that's the way at the moment our system works. 6 months at the center and then 6 months away from the center. Now, if you would like to know more about the Institute and you would like to read the stories and miracles that the Lord has done for us, if you would like to have more details about the Institute, just visit our website www.instituteofevangelism.org, and if you would like to talk to me, my contact details are in the website.
Attending the Evangelism College for me has been a true blessing from the Lord. Coming from a secular background myself, I had no walk with the Lord. I didn't even know who He was. And then He called me out of this world to actually attend the Institute of Evangelism. And ever since I came to that college, He led me step by step in how to have a walking relationship with Him. And not only just how to pray to Him and communicate with Him, but also how to actually trust in Him for even the simplest things in life. The very testimony of all of us guys that have gone to the college is just an amazing story in itself, because none of us have been paid for a year. And every time we need something, we just rely on the Lord and we pray for Him. If it's, whether it be food, clothes, petrol for our cars to get to our Bible study contacts, we just get on our knees and we pray. And every time He has provided for us. And the other amazing thing about the college is you actually get to learn to walk with the Lord as you actually go out and give Bible studies. And as you go to win souls, you learn how to have that walking relationship, so that way you can never fear that anything you're doing is something you're doing on your own. You always know that He is there looking after you. So this college has been a true wondrous blessing for me, and it's something I recommend to anyone, especially the youth out there that may not have a cause or direction in their life, and they know that the Lord's calling them in some way, but they don't know what it is. And if that's something that you feel your heart is calling you towards now, then I recommend taking that leap of faith for the Lord.
The reason why I'm here at the Cannot Be Hidden Institute, the college, is because the Lord drew me, and He called me to this passage in Matthew chapter 11, verse 28 to 30, which reads, "Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." For so long I've been in the church, and yet I have found that this yoke, that this burden has been very heavy. I've sensed a need, or the Lord calling me and drawing me, yet I felt very far from Him. And I haven't had the peace, I haven't had the rest, and I haven't had really the relationship that I so long for, a relationship which you cannot find in the world. And then the Lord brought me to another text, and it's found in Matthew chapter 6, and it's verse 24, which reads, "No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and man." And friends, for a long time the Lord had showed me that I've been serving God and man, that I have been trying to serve the world. I've been trying to draw the world unto myself, trying to make a name for myself. And I tell you what, the more you try to raise self up, the more important, the more valuable you try to make yourself feel, the more empty you feel inside. But I've discovered that as we draw the world, as we lift Christ up and He draws the world to Him, we are filled with His peace and with His joy. And truly, you cannot serve yourself and God, because you are in great opposition and there's a great wrestling. And the Lord called me to CBH, called me to be a student, to learn this, to lay self aside, to lay what I want aside, and to ask of Him, "Lord, what is your will for my life?" Because I tell you folks, out there in the world, there's plenty of money to be made, there's plenty of riches to be had, but there's a lot of emptiness. And there is a peace from the Lord which passeth all understanding. And great riches and great wealth or honor, you will never find that peace in the world. And so the Lord has called me as a Bible worker, and now I take the Lord to people. We have Bible studies, and I have found a peace, I found a joy which I have not found in the world.